Welcome to Newsroom, starring Newsroom Tom. Here's your host, Newsroom Tom.
Thanks, Announcer Diane. And good evening, folks. And boy, do we have an amazing show lined up for you. Or should I say, we had an amazing show lined up for you. I regret to announce that our scheduled guest had to cancel last minute, but don't worry, folks, the show will go on. So we pulled some strings and got a brand new surprise guest who has never been on the show before. So isn't that exciting? Our guest here tonight is one of those colorful characters who attempted to save the city from a monster, I guess? Or I'm told it was some sort of artistic metaphor for government overspending. I certainly didn't understand it. And although our guest ultimately failed, he was the only guest we could get here on such short notice. So here he is, the hero who accomplished absolutely nothing. Hey there! It's me, Flat Earth Boy! So Flat Earth Boy, that is an interesting name. Is that your full name? Oh, you got me! Newsroom Tom, you're so flirtatious! I'll admit it, Flat Earth Boy isn't my full name, because I haven't always been a superhero! You probably find this hard to believe, but I used to be a normal, average, run-of-the-mill loser, just like you, Tom! You see, my story begins back when I was a young lad. Whoa, what happened there? It seems your flashback voice is a little bit different from your normal voice. Oh yeah! Well, that's because this is the way I hear my own voice inside my head. Anyway, my story begins back when I was a young lad at the ripe age of 57 years old. Back then, I didn't have a care in the world until that very fateful day when I first laid eyes on my arch nemesis, Mr. Institution, the man who represents mainstream science. There he was, standing next to the tax ferry, announcing the moon landing. We, the government and scientific community, have joined forces to announce that we have officially landed a human being on the moon. That's right. But hold your applause, because what you idiots fail to understand is that after these Apollo missions, we will never go back. Ever. That's right. In just a few short years, we will no longer possess the technology for the most important achievement in all of human history. But trust us, we totally landed up there. And only an untrustworthy, filthy, disgusting, deplorable conspiracy theorist wouldn't believe us. Now give the government your guns. That's not how the moon landing was announced at all. That's not even close to what it was. Oh, Newsroom Tom, don't be silly. I know what I heard him say. It was like my entire life was leading up to that moment. Because in that moment, my entire life made sense, Tom. The reason I never had any friends, the reason I have this weird little bizarre freakish green body, it's because I'm not like everyone else. It turns out I've had superpowers this whole time. My eyes, they can see the truth. That's why they're so disproportionately big. Wow, Flat Earth Boy, that's... Yeah, with my magic superpower eyes, I can spot corruption a mile away. I can see things that nobody else can see. Beautiful things, Tom. Then they may or may not be there, but it's incredible things. So you can see the truth. Clear as day. And I can even see the obvious crimes that this show is committing. And you're all part of it. The news media's propaganda to keep the population living in fear and blindly consuming products. This whole operation is MK Ultra. Newsroom Tom is a 33-degree Mason planted here by the CIA, and he's guilty of brainwashing. He serves the military-industrial complex. For the love of God, people, turn off your TV. 50% of our Congress has dual citizenship with the country of... Don't worry, folks. Flat Earth Boy will be right back. And remember, we here at Newsroom, starring Newsroom Tom, would never lie or censor any opinion. We have no agenda. We only deliver the facts. We are unbiased and very trustworthy. Now give the government your guns. Oh, Tom, you're incorrigible. But you see, after I found out about my magic superpowers, everything changed.
couldn't keep living the average life I had up to that point. No. The moon landing was just the start. I had to get out into the world and see what other truth I could find. So I packed up all my things, quit my job, and I even broke up with my smoking hot girlfriend at the time. I started out on my journey, and I traveled to the ends of the earth to see what truth I could uncover.
But not literally the end of the earth, I mean. I tried, but it's illegal to travel to Antarctica, thanks to the Antarctic Treaty. And I've got a copy right here. Hey, where you going? It's a real thing, I swear.
And since Antarctica was closed for business, I went to the next best place, the library. And more importantly, the home for all things that are true, the internet. And from there, my journey spiraled out of control as I learned and uncovered things. My magic superpower eyes could see truth everywhere. And the truth is that everything is corrupt. From government backdoor deals with multinational corporations, to Hollywood's subversion of morals, to the overtly satanic music industry.
I could see everything, but it was so much, so fast. It was like I was sucked into a whirlwind of truth, I tell ya. Overwhelmed, I couldn't make sense of anything. I couldn't put it all together. I was lost at the mercy of the storm.
So, are you gonna order something, or...
But then, as if by the grace of God, everything became clear. Like a calm in a hurricane, I finally found it. The answer I've been looking for the whole time. The truth that only I can see. It was the biggest cover-up in human history. Everybody was in on it. NASA, Google, and every high school physics teacher in the country. This is the discovery that put everything in perspective for me. The greatest truth in the world.
It was in that moment that I was the happiest I'd ever been, but also the maddest.
I'd put all the pieces together. I connected all the dots. I had to do something. I could handle knowing about the corruption in the economy, and in the government, and in education, and in our entertainment. But lying about the shape of the earth, now that was too much.
So, what did you do? People need to know the lies being told to them, so I decided right then and there I needed a new identity. I could no longer be who I was, Timothy Tipperton, the tax attorney. From that day forward, I would be known as Flat Earth a Boy.
Wow, Flat Earth Boy, you mean to tell me that your entire epic superhero origin story is that you went to the library and you read something on the internet?
No, there's a whole lot more to the whole story. The guy got an arch nemesis. I'm Flat Earth Boy. Flat Earth. Oh, Flat Earth Boy. What? Where am? Did we win? What happened? Oh, what a weird dream.